This is Voting Unpacked, your neutral and educational guidebook to the 2024 election.
I am here with Supervisor of Elections for Broward County, Joe Scott. And so, on behalf of BC Online, well, thank you for joining us today. Number one, where do I, or anyone, right, where do I go to vote?
When you register to vote, you register to vote at a particular address, and that's going to cause you to get assigned to a precinct. However, if you vote early, which is like between now and November 3rd, you can actually vote at any of our 29 locations throughout the county, which also includes locations here on North Campus, also Central Campus and South Campus. So we have early voting sites set up on 3 Broward College campuses, but we also have 26 other locations throughout the county, and you can pick any of those. Now, if you wait until the last day, which is November 5th, you don't have that option anymore. You have to vote at your assigned precinct if you're voting on November 5th.
What should I bring with me to vote?
You need a photo ID. So the best ID for you to bring with you is your driver's license or your state ID. But what we're looking for is an ID with a photo and a signature. Our website, browardvotes.gov, has a list of acceptable IDs that you can use.
What will my ballot look like?
Ballots here in Broward County are it's not just the presidential race. So we also have U.S. Senate going on right now. You'll have a member of Congress potentially on your ballot, depending on what district. Some districts don't have a member of Congress running or that are actually on the ballot this time. But also you have state legislators, and you also have city elections that are happening. So some cities, depending on where you live, you might be electing a city commissioner, you might be electing a new mayor. But probably the most important thing, and the reason I say it's most important is because it'll be the longest lasting, are the constitutional amendments. So there are 6 amendments to Florida's Constitution that have been proposed, and basically depending on how the voters choose to vote on those 6 items on the ballot is going to determine what our Florida Constitution looks like moving forward.
What happens if I don't feel informed enough to vote on one of the items?
I would encourage people to take a moment, go to browardvotes.gov. You can actually see your sample ballot. So even if you are choosing to vote in person, you can sit down with that sample ballot, go through all the questions, take the time you need to either research it yourself, speak with friends or family members that you think might be more knowledgeable about these particular topics than you are, and then make sure that you have an understanding of what's on the ballot and how you're going to vote before you actually take that trip to the polling place, before you're standing in the booth with that ballot in front of you.
Can I vote if I'm in line when the polls close?
Yes, so as long as you're in line before 7 p.m., you will be allowed to vote. I would encourage everybody not to wait until the last minute, of course, but the biggest danger I'll say to that, especially if you're talking about on election day, is that you have to be at the right polling place. So if you're standing in line and you walk up to stand in line at 6:55 p.m. and then it's after 7 p.m. and you find out that you're in the wrong polling place, you're not going to get to vote. So it's really important. I'll tell you one thing, we have a tool to help people with this. If you have moved recently and you're not sure where your polling place is, you can go on our website. There's a button that says Election Day Precincts, and it provides a tool that allows you to put in any address in Broward County. When you put in that address, it'll tell you what polling place you should go to.
What's the deadline to submit a mail-in ballot?
So the mail-in ballot has to be back to the Supervisor of Elections office by 7 p.m. on election night. So what that means is that, if you drop it in the mail and you're counting on the Postal Service to deliver it to us, you need to give the Postal Service enough time. Since I don't run the Postal Service, I really can't tell you how much time that's going to take. What we do provide as a county are these 29 locations where you can actually go and drop off your vote by mail ballot. Those 29 locations are there until November 3rd. After November 3rd, on November 4th and November 5th, there will only be 9 locations in the county where you can go and drop off your vote by mail ballot. So as we get closer to election day, it's not as if you have more options, you actually have fewer options.
Once I submit a mail-in ballot, how can I ensure it's been counted?
So we actually have a place on our website. It says My Voter Info. When you go to browardvotes.gov, you click on My Voter Info. You put in your first name, last name, date of birth, and you can see all the information that we have for you. So you can see what address you have, what polling place you should go to, and it also shows your vote by mail status.
What happens if I mess up when filling out my ballot?
If you're voting by mail, we actually can replace those pages if you would like to. However, you can also write a clear note and make sure that your actual intentions are clear, in which case we will correct the ballot for you on the back end. If you're voting in person, you can actually get another page and you can correct your mistake right there on the spot at the polling place.
What accessibility options are available for people with disabilities at polling locations?
So that's a great question. We have what's called an express vote machine, which was really designed to help people with a variety of different disabilities. But we also have a system that works from home as well that we just need to know. It's specifically designed for people who are visually impaired in order to read your ballot to you and allow you to mark your ballot without needing to see it. That is a process that we need to know that that's something that you need. So you have to contact your elections office, let us know that this is something that you need, and we'll get you set up and make sure that you are able to cast your ballot independently. We have systems in place that allow most voters, if they choose to cast their votes independently, even if they do have disability. If you need somebody to assist you, that is also an option. If the person shows up with you in person, you simply have to complete an affidavit saying that you need assistance and you would like this person to assist you. And then the person can actually come with you to the voting booth and assist you. But also from home, same thing. There's things in place. But I just want to make sure people are aware that there are a wide variety of different ways that people with disabilities can get assistance with voting.
And are there any other tips you want to share with voters?
I think one of the most important things for young people to know is about the options for voting by mail. So if you are moving away, a lot of young people have very unstable living situations, meaning maybe you're going off to college and you're living in a dorm, or you go in the military and you're living on a military base. For most people, that last permanent address you had, which might be your mom and dad or your guardian from when you were still a minor, that home can remain your permanent address, and we can add a separate mailing address to your file so that we can mail your ballot to you wherever you happen to be without changing what jurisdiction you're voting in. So most young people are not aware that that's how this works, and it causes our numbers to be very low for young people in particular. So one of the missions that we have as an office is to inform people of these things that will help them successfully cast their ballot. And one of the goals that we have here is to make sure that young people are aware of that option of having two addresses on file, having your permanent residential address, which is the area that you're actually going to be voting in, the officials that you'll be voting for, but a different mailing address that could pretty much be anywhere in the world that allows us to send you your ballot wherever you happen to be so that you can vote by mail and get that ballot back to us by election day.
Thank you so much.
This is the last video in our Voting Unpacked series. Thanks for watching.